Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Locked On Flames. We need more of what we saw Monday night tonight against the Anaheim Ducks. It was a lot of excellence and plenty to be happy for. In today's episode, we are going to talk all about that, Markstrom's load management issues, and then some. All that and more on today's episode of Locked On Flames.
You're Locked On Flames, your daily podcast on the Calgary Flames. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, everyone? I'm your host, Jess Belmosto of the Metropolitan Riveters Public Relations team. It's a pleasure to be chatting with you today, and thank you so much for making Locked On Flames your first listen of the day. You can find Locked On Flames wherever you get your podcasts, and we are free 99 on YouTube as well. Quick programming note. I apologize for not having a show up yesterday. I'm currently battling I'm sure you can guess, and I'm feeling much better today, but we're we're on a slow grind back to where we were. So apologizing in advance for how stuffy and congested I sound. But enough about me. Sign the check. Brad Treliving, get the check out right now. Another multi-point night for John Michael Gaudreau. 2 goals and an assist for him for 3 points. That is his 13th multi-point game of the season. So huge night for him on Monday, and he is just, I don't even have the words. He is just so fun to watch, and you watch him playing and you watch how patient he is and how in tune he is with his teammates, and it is just out of this world. And even Sutter had something to say. Johnny was on fire tonight. He was awesome. He's been really good lately, and hopefully that will get the line going. Okay. That is a very different tune from Johnny's 500th game in terms of, oh, I didn't even notice he didn't play like it was a big game or something like that, I think that it's just really special what Johnny has. He is 5 points away from 100 points, and it is, it's very unlikely that he hits it tonight because he's only ever had one 5-point career game. So it's and that didn't come until this season. So I'm not entirely sure he'll hit it tonight. Might he crawl a little closer? More than likely. But looking back at Monday night, I do see some mistakes that the Flames made that could have cost them the game and that could have been a recipe for disaster. And that was them taking 5 penalties in a row. You guys know how I feel about this team taking, unnecessary penalties in general, but when you take that many in a row and you're not giving your special teams unit like a time to even like catch their breath, come on now. And they were able to kill 5 out of those 6 penalties, which is great, but it's costly, that can cost you a game, especially, you look at the team like the LA Kings, and they got lucky because they cannot get their special teams working in any which way, shape, or form. So again, they got fortunate there. But if it is a team like Colorado, if it's a team like Edmonton, teams that have those strong special teams are not going you're not going to have that same grace with them. So it's something that they really need to work on and really need to consider as they move forward. I don't like the idea of them just go, 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 go on a penalty because you're frustrated, because you're feeling undisciplined, because you're feeling some type of way about Sean Drury in your face. Like, get over it. But going into tonight's game, I do want to see something a little bit different. I want to see them avoid that penalty box as much as possible. I'm sure the Ducks are treating this like their Stanley Cup, and we're going to talk more about that next. But I do really want the Flames to have a stronger, more disciplined approach to this game. Uh, and we will absolutely talk about that coming up next. And of course, why I have an issue with Markstrom starting tonight against a team that has been eliminated from the playoffs. But before we do that, let's talk about HelloFresh. You guys know that I love a good snack. I'm always tweeting about healthy meals and what's on my docket tonight and trying to get more inspiration from you. But lately, I've been getting my inspiration from HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh for making home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. It's great. I think it's so easy to go online and customize your favorite dishes. And, you can swap out protein and a side for another. It's great. I have such fun time in the kitchen with my boyfriend cooking and, making our meals and just stepping out of our comfort zone when it comes to these family friendly and quick recipes. We both work, we both are college students, we don't really have time to sit there and scratch our heads and say, I have 6 ingredients, what can I put together for dinner? And HelloFresh is just amazing. And you can try HelloFresh today when you go to hellofresh.com/lockedon16 and use code lockedon16 to get up to 16 meals and 3 free gifts. That is hellofresh.com/lockedon16 using code lockedon16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. I love HelloFresh. I can't even lie to you guys. Like, that's when I saw they were a partnership, I was so excited. I love HelloFresh. But okay, back to Jacob Markstrom, because Daryl Sutter and I haven't had beef in a little bit, but he's catching a little bit of this ground beef tonight, and I don't understand why he's starting instead of Vladar. Is it because they have a close opponent in behind them in the playoff race? Potentially. But I think that he deserves one night of rest. He deserves a night of rest against a team like the Ducks, who are officially eliminated from the playoffs. And I firmly believe that he has been overworked, especially in the second half of the season. You know, he has been going so hard in the net. And yeah, he's let up a lot of goals recently, which obviously hurts his Vezina candidacy. But maybe that's because he's tired and he can't read the goals the same way, simply because he's tired. And when you're worn out, you're making silly little mistakes that you performing at 90 to 100% wouldn't miss. And I'm very curious to see if the Flames, at the end of the season, if they talk about a potential injury or something. Now, I'm not saying he's injured or playing through injury, but so I tweeted out today, like, why I don't understand why Markstrom's starting. And TK replied, I'm really confused and almost concerned why we can't let Markstrom rest at all. And I have my 3 assumptions. Sutter rides hot goalies into the ground. Markstrom insists they start, and they don't start Vladar. Or they don't trust Vladar, rather. And then someone replied, Markstrom played Monday in LA, plays tonight in Anaheim, Vladar tomorrow in San Jose, Markstrom against Seattle on Saturday. And that's their guess. I just really, that's their guesses, but it makes me think about Sean Monahan and the praise that he gets for playing through god-awful injuries, and how, he doesn't tell anyone. There's, he doesn't tell anyone what he's playing through. Is that something that Jacob Markstrom is playing through? Especially like when you have your coach come out like less than a week ago and say, oh, well, half of these guys wish that they could play through what Sean Monahan played. First of all, that is so disgusting. That is so negative. We do not perpetuate that kind of culture here at Locked On Flames. If you're injured, you're sick, you listen to your body, you get your butt in bed. That's it. I don't care. As someone who literally almost died by not listening to her body because I thought my minimum wage job was more important than getting tested for strep throat and treating strep throat, you listen to your body. But if he's not injured, then that's fine. And I'm not trying to speculate, but if he's not injured, put him in there for games like this. Vladar travels with the team. Just plop him in net. It's going to be okay. This is Anaheim's, Stanley Cup, really. I don't want Jacob Markstrom being ridden into the ground until something unfortunate happens. And this organization hypes up players who go out there and give it their grit, give it their all, lay their lives on the line for the Calgary Flames. And that's just not the move, in my opinion. Is this a situation where he feels like he can't go to the coaches, even if he's fully healthy, and say, listen, I need a break? I'm sure that we have all been at our jobs or at school or something, mainly work, where, we've worked a ton of days in a row. We've been putting in those long hours and we're tired. We're beat to the ground. And you want to say, hey, can I just take this day off to recover? But you don't know how your boss is going to react. You know how they feel about taking time off. Is that going to be one of these unfortunate situations? But I think that Markstrom is definitely one of those players who goes out there and gives it his all every single night, regardless. I have a lot of respect for Jacob Markstrom. I think that he is a fantastic player and someone that the Flames desperately needed. I cannot imagine this team if David Rittich or Cam Talbot was still goaltender number one. Oh, dear Lord. Okay. Well, that was a scary thought. But I have a lot of respect for Markstrom, and I do have a lot of respect for the Flames organization as a whole. But I want to see Markstrom get a little rest. Just take a night off, a little break. Coming up next, we are going to talk about this lineup, Mangiapane's cold streak, and what this team can do to win tonight against Anaheim. But first, let me tell you about one of our cool new partners, Shady Rays. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that gives you the features of $200 sunglasses for a fraction of the price. That means polarized lenses, well-constructed durable frames, and premium high-end finishes. Also, something you won't find anywhere else is Shady Rays' Insane Protection Program. If you're a klutz like me, this is something you wish all companies offered. Shady Rays includes lost and broken protection on every single pair. They will send you a brand new pair if you lose them, no matter what happened. You ever leave them at the beach or on the by the pool, and then you're on vacation? You're like, oh my god, I left them. Well, Shady Rays will happily cover them for you. A brand new pair if you lose them. Give them a try, and if you don't love them, you'll pay nothing. It's as simple as that. Plus, 10 meals are donated to fight hunger in America when you shop with Shady Rays. Look for our exclusive listeners. We are offering a special code, and that is you can head to shadyrays.com and use code LOCKEDON to get 50% off 2 or more pairs. That's code LOCKEDON for their best deal of the season. 50% off 2 or more pairs of Shady Ray glasses, backed by over 150,000 5-star reviews. Sorry, y'all. Okay, and you know what I think I need? It's a Built Bar. Built Bar is a delicious tasting protein bar that are covered in 100% real chocolate, and so are their puffs. And they are high protein, low calorie treats that you can replace your candy bar with. They are better. A typical candy bar can be anywhere from 2 to 300 calories, and most Built Bars are around 130. You just replace your candy bar with them. I know that's kind of what I've been doing. And if you haven't tried the puffs, you're missing out. They are a delicious protein-infused marshmallow, and you can try them today at built.com and use promo code LOCKED15 to get 15% off of your order. That's promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at built.com. Okay, so let's take a look at the lines tonight. Gaudreau, Lindholm, Tkachuk, pretty fair. Mangiapane, Backlund, and Toffoli. I enjoy that line. Dubé, Ruzicka, and Coleman. Not bad. Lucic, Carpenter, and Lewis. Congratulations, Trevor Lewis, for this being your 800th game. Congrats. You said today, who would have thought a kid from Utah would have done it? Certainly not me. So, congratulations. You've had a heck of a career, and thanks for rounding out the bottom 6. There's still no Shillington in the lineup for our defensive pairs. Michael Stone slots in again. Still no update on that. I'm assuming that he's taking the road trip to rest up, and we'll possibly get an update then. Still nothing on Brett Ritchie, which I don't know what's going on there. So, but this does give Carpenter to get a little time to, slot in, get some reps in with the team. And I don't see Yarncroke again, which I'm assuming he is still battling that non-COVID illness. I don't know what's going on there. I hope he's okay though, because that's a little unfortunate. I have no problems with this lineup. I really don't. I'm so happy to see Ruzicka back. I'm happy. I like that third line. I think it's a good line for him to center. I think that Dubé and Coleman are, good line mates for him. I want to see that top line get going again. I want to see Matthew Tkachuk scoring goals. I think that Gaudreau and Lindholm are kind of carrying the weight here, and not in like a negative way. Tkachuk does set up some pretty nasty goals, so give him that, of course. But I want to see him shooting more. Another thing I want to see is Mangiapane score a goal. He has not scored since March 5th. It has been over a month since Mangiapane scored his last goal. So hopefully tonight he pots one, because I really don't know how much longer Daryl Sutter is going to tolerate this streaky nonsense before the playoffs. But I'm confident he'll find his stride again, and he'll do it when the time's right for him. There are several ways this team can win, and I think that obviously, you have to look at this and say, this is the Ducks Stanley Cup. They are officially eliminated from the playoffs. There is no real playoff contention on their horizon, at least for the next few years. They're still in that rebuild mode. They are very open and honest about that, and they're getting better. I think that they played a lot better than fans expected them to this year, obviously, but there's a lot of hope there, and I want to see more of what that team can do. But you can't go out there and underestimate your opponent. You need to go out there, you need to shoot the puck, you need to be patient, you need to be smart. Don't play games. Matthew Tkachuk, I'm looking at you. Don't put your stick up in people's faces. Just do what you need to do. Go out there and take your 2 points, because before you know it, the Kings are going to be sneaking up closer and closer to you, and you don't want that. You absolutely do not want that. And right now they're playing Nashville. if the playoffs started today, they'd be playing Nashville, and I'm comfortable with that matchup. Comfortable. I'm not sweating it. It's not Colorado, and that's all I can say there is it's not Colorado. But again, they're treating this like their Stanley Cup, I'm sure. Their captain is leaving. I'm sure they want to go out, with something memorable. And, I think if you beat the first place Calgary Flames in April as your season's wrapping up, that's pretty impressive. I'm sure they're emotional. I'm sure that they are not disappointed, but, they're kind of uncertain of what their future holds. I would say that the Flames just need to go out there and not overcomplicate things. Go out there, shoot the puck, defend, crash the net, because you know what? That's one thing that they did on Monday that I really liked. And I liked how everyone just didn't watch pucks fly by in front of them when there was traffic. They stopped, they deflected, they went out there and they played a good game of hockey. And I want to see them get back into that easily replicable game of hockey that I feel like we've been missing for these last few weeks. And I'll be interested to see. I think that Sutter is very happy with beating his old team. I think that he needed a win desperately to kind of find that confidence again in his team. You're not really doing anything that is too difficult, I think, against a team like the Ducks. But I say that when they play the Sharks and then they end up getting smoked. So don't play like how you play when you play the Sharks. I think that is my most important takeaway here, because you need to, one of the things that they do is they'll get a lead, and it'll be not even like necessarily a cushy lead, but it'll be like a 2-goal lead, and they'll just collapse. They'll, implode on themselves, and that's not something you want. So thank you all again for tuning in to today's episode of Locked On Flames. Again, I'm so sorry for the streakiness and uploads. I just am trying to do my best to get the energy to outline, record, produce, but I'm so happy to be talking with you guys. You guys are, I've missed it. I was laying in bed yesterday so frustrated. I was like, I just want to talk about the win against LA. But, I was in no condition, but felt a little better today. So again, thank you. Thank you for all the nice words on Twitter and Instagram. I appreciate it. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow, where we will recap this game and preview the next few. And as always, you can find me on Twitter at Jess Belmosto, and subscribe to Locked On Flames wherever you get your podcasts. Bye-bye.